When we were first looking at this building for register on the National Historic Register of Places, we hired a woman who does these kinds of listings, and she does them all over the country. And as she was touring this facility, it was quite a bit dirtier and disrepair than you see it now. Her mouth kept sort of dropping open. And I said, you know, I see you seem to be very impressed. Tell me what I'm not quite seeing here, because the place is, it's pretty much of a mess. And she said, well, what you may not realize is that schools of this age are very, very seldom left intact. Schools usually have enough money that every 10 years or so they go through extensive remodels and updates. And so a school that's almost 100 years old, 90 years old, will have gone through 10 remodels. But the farm home never had the money to do that. They had one sort of substantial remodel at the center of the building in the 60s, in the early 60s. Other than that, there are just few things that were changed. And so much of what you see is original materials and does not exist in most schools of this age. And so she was really shocked to the extent of the original materials. And these are the exact proportions and the number of lights, and these doors are right off of the drawings and right off the photographs. You can see the construction of the wall, the hollow clay tile, which is a bit of a challenge in terms of we have concrete up to a level and then the clay tile above, and with the stucco on the outside. And it's a little bit of a challenge to solidify structurally, but we've come up with ways to do it. But that's almost like a little X-ray of what's going on in the building.
Bill, you might
and again, that's an original window above.
You might already.
This was actually the girls' side of the building. The basement was divided into two sections with the boiler room and services in the middle and no connecting in between. The boys were on that side, the girls were over here, and you didn't cross traffic. And this area was actually used for, according to the plans, this is where home economics, or whatever they call home engineering, was taught, and all the girls learned in this space. The floor could be cleaned up, washed down, and into drains on the side. The same thing on the boys' side. They had a machine shop, woodworking and stuff on the boys' side, and they were trained in how to survive as good citizens. And you'll see a lot of this is material we're counting on to glean for upstairs. When they had leftover material from the wainscoting upstairs, they just slapped it on the wall down here in any old direction. And on the other side, it's in basically pristine condition. And so these windows were probably the worst windows on site. They're all replacement because the window wells had leaked so badly. It basically was all completely rotted out, and